So it looks like Jay Z is not done with Tony Buzbee, a woman who claimed that Diddy and Jay Z harmed her when she was just 13 years ago, over 20 years ago, was recently voluntarily dismissed. But if you remember, in Jay Z's response on social media, it seemed as if Jay Z felt like no real justice was obtained. Jay Z has been suing Tony Buzbee, and he's not letting that go.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience returns to New York City this Friday at the Green Room 42, where we will be talking about hot topics like this one, Real Housewives, reality television, pop culture, and more. There's also a live stream ticket available as well. More information on the Kempire After Dark live experience will be available in the description. So it was just yesterday that we talked to you about this voluntary dismissal of this lawsuit brought to you by this woman that claims that when she was just 13 years old, Diddy and Jay Z arred her. She also claims that an unnamed celebrity woman was also present at the time. But the update came that this civil lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed, which caused Jay Z to, of course, go back to his social media and express his thoughts. So he said this at the time: "Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. The civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." Which leads to us talking about his lawsuit, because in his new update to his lawsuit against Tony Buzbee for extortion, he's talking about how this affected his children, more specifically Blue Ivy and her premiere party for the Lion King movie that she was in. He continues in his statement in regards to this dismissal. He says this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. So here is where I was sort of like, oh, so Jay Z is like, he's not done with Tony Buzbee. And clearly he's not, because I completely forgot that he had this other lawsuit that he originally filed as a John Doe. And then we found out that he had filed this lawsuit against Tony Buzbee for extortion. So there's been months of this leading up to before Tony Buzbee decided to reveal Jay Z's name in this lawsuit that was originally filed back in October. So Jay Z closes the rest of his statement by saying, "The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the court must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Sean Carter." So our friends over at the Jasmine brand write this in regards to this update that was made within Jay Z's lawsuit against Tony Buzbee. And they titled this article saying that Jay Z claims that dismissed R-Accused's attorney Tony Buzbee sabotaged his appearance at Blue Ivy's Mufasa premiere in an amended extortion lawsuit. They said Jay Z has reportedly made amendments to his extortion lawsuit against attorney Tony Buzbee, who represented Jane Doe in the now dismissed R case against him and Sean Diddy Combs. Yesterday, when we posted about this dismissal, there were a lot of people in the comment section that believed that Jay Z must have paid the victim off, and that is the reason why this is happening the way that this is happening. Him paying off would be under the terms of being a settlement if this was done that way. And usually with settlements, no one is able to speak on the situation. I don't know if that's what happened here, but I try to be fair in regards to what you guys are saying in the comment section. Or based off of the evidence, they've decided to dismiss this because of the lack of evidence and the inconsistencies within her story. Inconsistencies that she has said herself in an NBC News interview. The Jasmine brand continues and says, according to reports, Jay slammed Buzbee in the recent filing, accusing him of intentionally sabotaging his appearance at his daughter Blue Ivy's Mufasa the Lion King movie premiere by filing the lawsuit just a day before the big event. So in the motion, Jay Z writes this: social media comments online responding to Mr. Buzbee's public statements about me and accusations against me have caused me harm. For example, people have said I cannot wait until you and Combs are in prison, then later in hell. He needs to be in jail. Jay Z needs to be locked up. Jay Z is about to go down. All of you at Rock Nation, Jay Z, all of you are going down. Just wait and see. And lock Jay Z up. Other comments have accused me of being a Satanist, a trafficker, a terrorist, and a monster. Called me the N-word and threatened violence against me and my wife, Beyonce, including kill or execute us. I was harshly criticized by others for accompanying my daughter to the premiere of her movie a day before Mr. Buzbee filed the Jane Doe lawsuit against me. Remember when we talked about that? A lot of people said that they only did this, they only are on the red carpet to kind of dispel the accusations that came out in this lawsuit. And I said, you can, first of all, support your daughter, but also a lot of these red carpets and movie premieres are outside of Jay Z and Beyonce's hands. This has to do with a bigger company that is promoting a movie, and a lot of these premieres are planned weeks and months in advance. He says, I was harshly criticized by others for accompanying my daughter to the premiere of her movie a day before Mr. Buzbee filed the Jane Doe lawsuit against me. Media outlets reported that Disney was hesitant over my attendance at the premiere because of the accusations. I feel that Mr. Buzbee purposely filed this lawsuit on the eve of my daughter's premiere to put me in a position of having those choose between supporting my daughter or hiding to avoid the negative press coverage. I declare under penalty of perjury under the law of state of California that the foregoing is true and correct. Executed this on the 10th of February of this year at Los Angeles, California, and he signs it, Sean Carter. The Jasmine brand reminds us that Jay originally filed the extortion countersuit anonymously last November in response to Buzbee's lawsuit, which alleged that Jay and Diddy SA'd the Jane Doe plaintiff when she was just 13 years old. However, a judge dismissed Buzbee's civil complaint earlier this week. Reports state that Jay's recent filing aims to keep the extortion suit alive, claiming that Buzbee's demand letter posed an existential threat to my reputation, my career, my family, and everything else I have spent my life achieving. Buzbee reportedly unfazed by the recent amendment, telling reporters, we expect the lawsuit, which is frivolous, to be dismissed. So here's the thing, just to correct what the Jasmine brand wrote here, they said that a judge dismissed Buzbee's civil complaint earlier this week. Technically, they voluntarily dismissed this civil complaint against Jay Z. Off of Jay Z's statement, after this voluntary dismissal was released to the press, it said to me that he didn't feel like justice was truly served. He's saying that, yes, now the courts have dismissed this, but it hasn't changed how this affected my life, my wife, my children, my career. Now I'm involved in the stink that's all over Diddy and all of the complaints. Where is Jaguar Wright? I know that was random, but someone said to me, like, where is Jaguar Wright? We haven't heard from her in a hot second.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
This has led Jay Z to be involved in some shape or form when it comes to Diddy's situation. This is the only civil lawsuit where Jay Z is named. Tony Buzbee is representing multiple, over 120 something victims that he claims Diddy harmed. So this was the first time that we actually had another big name celebrity attached to one of these civil lawsuits. As always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on Jay Z's continuing to pursue this lawsuit against Tony Buzbee. Tony Buzbee feels as if that this lawsuit as well will be dismissed. We shall see. It doesn't seem as if Jay Z is letting up at all. Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.